Should we ask the goddess cards for some guidance on our journey?
Sure.
It says, expect a miracle. Faith is the light that illuminates your pathway. Please don't give up hope on yourself or other people. Keep the candle of faith burning within your soul, as that one small inkling of hope can eradicate the darkness of despair. Be the light that emanates someone else's gloomy hopelessness as well. For as you make others stronger, it strengthens not only yourself, but the entire world.
My name is Clarity. I'm here with the Underground Railroad. We're gonna take you for a ride. Stick your thumbs in the air and reach to the dance floor. Come on, get your back off the wall. Get going. Get
Trouble of the world gonna occupy my mind. I almost got that one.
Seem to be locked in. My suitcase packed like a fetus. I'm rocking. Thumbs in the air like Jack Kerouac. On the road.
Hitchhiking to San Francisco today. Woohoo!
Let's see me focus and devoted chance of a max road trips, buses, change direction. Thumbs get sore like days of texting. I've got to find.
One thing about hitchhiking, you never know what you're gonna get. New experience. And only kind people stop.
I try to always pick up hitchhikers if they look reasonably clean and harmless. And you guys fell into that category. I certainly pick up locals all the time. And if I see somebody looking like they're traveling and carrying a backpack, or if they have a dog with them, I'll always pick them up with a dog because very few people do that.
I don't normally pick up hitchhikers. I like to pick up the ones I think are safe.
Do you usually pick up hitchhikers?
You know, I don't. I was just thinking that for some reason I just had a call with some family people talking about some good stuff, and I saw you there, and must have just been the vibe.
I started hitchhiking when I was about 10 years old, just in a little mountain community. 3 miles was a long way to go when you didn't have a bus. You did what you had to do, you know, and people were generous enough to help you out. People are getting scared now. People aren't so open-minded about picking up people nowadays. I mean, hell, it looks like the 60s. That's how people got around in the Woodstock. And oh, I know, it's not the 60s anymore, you know, right?
So just as we said we weren't going to get picked up, we got picked up by Tyler and Justin. We were camping for the weekend. And it just so happens that Tyler and Justin need to know where they can park their car, and we happen to know where they can park their car.
And we got puppies.
And we got puppies. We got puppies. Come on, baby.
I think hitchhiking is a pretty green way to travel. You know, save on gas, do ride share. I think people should be doing that more. I mean, there's always an inherent risk, but at the same time, you get to meet a lot of amazing people.
And it's a great way to practice patience and acceptance.
I started off as a hitchhiker, and I saw a lot of people with space in their car that, you know, that could have helped me out but didn't. And so now that I have a vehicle of my own, I make an extra effort to give people rides that need rides. And you know, I've never had any bad experiences picking up hitchhikers yet. I know they're out there, but I haven't. So
I'm a hiker, but I'm more lazy and more social. I'm a hitchhiker. It really sucks trying to fit everything that you own into a backpack. It's not gonna happen this time. I have a backpack and I'm gonna have a side bag. And my experience with hitchhiking, I have been living out of my backpack for 2 years now. I try to throw myself off the cliff every day. And that's one way to definitely do it. Like, put your thumb out on the road, not knowing what you're gonna get, and like totally trusting the universe is just gonna like put exactly the right person there to pick you up. And the people that you meet. I think my favorite part about it is the people that you meet. You would never normally meet them, and you'd never be in a small box having a sacred space conversation with them.
actually, my car caught on fire because I said I don't want a car anymore, and then it was a full moon, and then my car caught on fire the next day after I said that, because I was like, I wanna try hitchhiking stuff, you know. And then it caught on fire the next day, right after. Wow. So I was really excited, but then it kind of took a really long time, and it was really hot, and I was like, this is so hard. Oh, so hard. But then eventually this guy came, he was playing this like rave music from an actual rave that he went to in like Africa or something really crazy. And he was telling us all about it. And like the music, he was playing it so loud. We're like going on these like curvy roads and stuff. I was like, this is crazy. Is this what it's like every time? This is nuts. You know?
Yeah. Was it ever that crazy again?
No.
Do you pick up hitchhikers often?
I try to, because I hitchhike quite a bit. So I know how much it sucks to sit by the side of a road when there's like 1,000 people driving past you with an empty car, and it's like, oh, now I want to pick them up. So
Story of our morning.
I have been on both sides of that. So
Yeah.
Pretty open to hitchhiking, you know, people traveling the world. It's always nice to meet different people and, you know, try to produce a positive energy.
We've been here for an hour or two, got a ride. But one thing that we did discover is that many before us have tried to hitchhike from this spot. New Year's resolution, smaller numbers, whatever that means. 275 miles to go. And this one's my favorite. Please take us north. Oh. Sometimes hitchhiking is hard. Sometimes, like today and yesterday, you wait for hours and hours without a ride. But what's really beautiful about it is that eventually you do get a ride. You always get a ride.
The most impacting experience I had while hitchhiking was to become aware of what to travel means itself. I remember that I hitchhiked up in Tibet, in the Chinese part, and I went from Lhasa to Kathmandu for around 3 weeks by hitchhiking, and I thought it was the first time that I got really in touch with the adventure style, so that made me feel the direct contact with the people that was traveling around, I mean the Tibetans, the popular people. So I think at that point of my journey everything changed because I started to open my mind much more than just hustling around. So I think hitchhiking is a real cool way to travel, especially if you are open to share your experience and your heart with others, because the possibilities multiply.
I got the idea to hitchhike when I was very young, when I was a kid. And it was because of Jesus. So I grew up in a church. And from what I understood about who Jesus was, he was traveling around, walking around, catching rides with folks, and just like vibing with them, doing, philosophizing with people and shit. And so I was just like, my moms and father, they were all into Jesus and, in church, and they were really trying to make sure we got it. And that's what I got. I was just like, that's what Jesus did. Yeah. So like, if I'm going to be Christ-like, then I got to hit the road.
I got it. You're like, yeah, what would Jesus do, brother?
What would Jesus do? Exactly.
Yeah.
Basically, you want to hitch in the daytime. Hitching at night is really dangerous, and you're not going to be seen, and everybody just looks sketchy at night, so nobody's going to pick you up anyway.
Keeping ourselves safe on the road. Well, the first thing is that we just vibe things out. Like, you can kind of tell, where
you
someone's
run up
eyes
to the
are
car,
at.
they roll down your window, you say thanks, what's up?
Well, even more than that, after you get in the car, you have to, figure out where people are at, have questions to ask and stuff like that. Generally, it's just people that are interested in us.
Oh, you always want to tell them that you have somewhere that you're going, even if you don't. You don't really want to be like, oh, I'm a young female that's just putting my thumb out on the side of the road. I got no plans, nowhere to be, and nobody cares about me. then somebody might, be like, oh, this is a really good candidate for it. So even if I don't know where I'm going, I'm like, I need to be at this place by this time, and this person's going to be there. And if I don't show up, they're going to call somebody. So just being smart in that way. Unfortunately, that's how it's got to be. But hopefully it'll swing back where we're all brothers and sisters, and we won't have to even worry about any of that one day.
Asking people where people are going is good. If someone's got a destination in mind, that usually is a good thing. In the sense that if somebody is out there to try and troll for someone to rob or something like that, they may not have thought their plan out in as much detail in that regard, in terms of where they're going, and their story might not sound very plausible. So I like to ask people where they're headed.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing we have to worry about too is the cops too.
Yeah, good point. What's your name? Miles.
What town are you in? Is that the one? Yeah. Oh, but I would like to have it on.
Just be careful, okay? Careful who you get in the car with. I recommend not doing it. Don't do it. We gotta leave. We can't watch you 24/7 to make sure you guys don't do it. But my recommendation is don't do it.
Okay. Well, what is your recommendation? How are we gonna get there? Go home?
Go home.
Walk?
Get on a Greyhound. Get on a Greyhound and get to Mount Shasta.
Is it safer to walk than to hitchhike in the dark?
It's up to you.
Miles, don't be provoking.
Get on a Greyhound.
Take a bus. That's the recommendation.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you,
guys.
sir.
You guys are
Thanks
awesome.
so much. That was so good. That was great footage.
Thank you.
So apparently in California, you are not allowed to stand on the side of a roadway
Bus stop.
and hitchhike.
I don't know. It looks like.
So with the intention of soliciting a ride. This is not legal in California. And so we just learned. But like they said, they're super lax about it. They're not going to give us a ticket. Probably no one's going to give us a ticket. They just want us to move somewhere that's not as busy.
Quote unquote. Let's not get technical about it.
But, well, because the reason why he said that is because he thinks that you have an authority problem, don't you?
I do.
You do.
Really, that was the most difficult thing for me to stay calm.
Oh, you have to. They're just
really
doing
hard.
their job.
I know, and I was doing my job to understand what that rule means.
And so you just have to
pick it
clarify
apart.
that because they're used to being, like poked at, you know?
too.
So like.
Me too.
So, but you can't.
Fight fire with fire. Yeah.
Right. You know?
Ice water. Chill it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the bus, free style with all the people that surround me. Playing on the box, I talk, I do hip hop, and I hitchhike across the country just to get along. Gotta meet a lot of people every time. I gotta find a balance, get equal, get grounded, get grounded. Find your high spirit and make sure it's surrounding your tune, your music, it's in you. Just get inside the movement and the groove, yeah. We're back on the bus and we'll stop, but this ain't my stop request. No, not yet. Cause we got some more places to go, so let's just keep freestyle flowing. Yeah, it's really nice to meet you all. Thank you for letting me play my music.
That's right. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Certainly some people think it's kind of dangerous in some areas and stuff like that. And I'm sure that there are definitely, there are bad stories that happen to people, but I think a lot of things are probably more dangerous actually.
What do you think a common thing is that's more dangerous than hitchhiking?
Well, driving generally is kind of something that people don't regard as dangerous, but actually is way more dangerous than people think. People are way more scared about flying than they are of driving, but driving is way more dangerous. People do dumb stuff pretty frequently. Probably getting wasted and wandering around in San Francisco at 3 a.m. is probably more dangerous than hitchhiking. People do that pretty regularly. So.
99.9% of the time, your first impression is right. Don't deviate from it, because the brain's what screws you up. Your instincts keep you alive. So, if it don't feel right, then it's not going to be right.
Using your intuition is really, really important. Listening to like the inner voice when you first look that person in the eye, when they roll down their window, you'll know if it's right or not. And don't doubt that, because if it's not right, there's always another ride, and it's so not worth it to get in the car with somebody who you don't have a good feeling about.
Don't fully trust that. For the,
Don't fully trust what?
Trust your intuition. Fully trust it, or like, because you could be wrong occasionally, slightly wrong sometimes, but maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tripping.
Okay, I should trust my intuition, but not all the time.
I know.
Because the thing is that you have to trust it all the time.
Oh, yeah,
you have to put full faith. Like you said, God is everything or God is nothing. So it would be not me. I would not be trusting God if I did not have full faith in my intuition.
That's a good one. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Trust it all the time. That's what I meant.
Yeah, trust it all the time. That's what you meant.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I don't trust myself because I've told myself a lot of things and not done them. So maybe that's why I don't trust people, because I don't listen to myself, right? And maybe that's why I'm saying that to you, because I don't trust mine.
So how is the film? Tell me about the film. You're taking video of everybody you see, huh?
The premise of it is essentially it started out where I just wanted to film my hitchhiking adventures, so I was meeting such cool people and but so many people that hadn't had experience with hitchhiking. If I mentioned that I was hitchhiking, people would be like, "Oh my God, like that's so scary." You know?
you can't
and I was like, "That's so weird that there's so much fear around it," because it's really a great way to travel
and to meet people.
Meet people. It's you don't pay for gas. It saves money on it saves the environment. You don't have all these less cars driving around. And so, but what I'm finding is that it's actually this really beautiful container to talk about trust and like faith in the universe and faith in people that like we're gonna be taken care of.
Good. I can't get you guys Santa Cruz like you to the That'd be great.
I just find the more and more I do it, the more I get put in these situations, like the most perfect situations, these conversations with people who like they really need to hear something I had to say, or I really needed to hear something they had to say.
What do you think, Frank? That's really neat, huh? Makes you think about it all. Makes you stop and think about it. Sweet.
And that's how like the hitchhiking works. It's very magical, man.
Yeah, I
very, very magical.
Besides yoga, you practice. You said you practice something else, meditation. And meditation, that's just to relieve your brain from everything, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, the idea of meditation is this practice of coming back to the moment. So if you're in the present moment, when you're present, you're not thinking about the future, you're not thinking about the past. It's really hard to be anxious if you're really present in the moment.
That's something I would really need, because for the past year for me has been a nightmare. So now that you got me thinking that yoga, I think it'll work for me, because if I can just release myself from what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling, if that'll work for me, I'm on it 100%. But maybe I need to go more deep into my thoughts.
When did you start hitchhiking?
In 2003.
How'd you start? Why'd you start?
I was tired of home and was looking for home. And I've recently found out you cannot find home in a place, you have to find it within.
But no, and maybe that's why everyone's opening up. I think there is a mass of people opening up, and I think it's because something's coming up that's going to blow our minds otherwise, so we better be awake and open in order to absorb it. And that the people who are awake and stuff will help the other people who can't really deal or figure it out or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Oh, something like that.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, trusting is a wonderful thing because there is some master plan, I believe, and there's synchronicity, meeting people at the right moment, things happening, delays for a reason, you're delayed, and you didn't get on that train or bus ride or whatever. You've got to be aware enough to make quick decisions too, and pray for guidance and protection from the Most High.
I quit my job. I quit my job to let everything go to do this because I felt like it's what I'm meant to do. And what happened was I started making more than minimum wage the day I quit my job and started playing music instead. So clearly I was wasting my time sitting in a box scanning items on a shelf when I could have been out here changing people's lives with my music.
Definitely, man.
Okay. My experience with hitchhiking has been actually good. You know, I never had to stand there and wait too long. I always got picked up by good people. I got a job opportunity or whatever. But I was always scared of it growing up, you know, and like I didn't know if I should or shouldn't. But I noticed that like I was conditioned to be scared to leave where I was born. It's like I was born in this place in my little jurisdiction, and the outside world was a scary place because it was unknown. But once I embraced the unknown and walked into it like it was mystical, I noticed that the universe started paying me cash, paying me food, paying me whatever I needed, and to the point where it's like it supported me doing it.
And this kid, you know, he needs to get from point A to point B some point in his life. And I would really hope that he can meet some cool people like I did and get to where he's got to get to. There's nothing wrong with it. So people need to stop being so close-minded, huh? Yeah.
So I really encourage everybody to pick up a hitchhiker and just, or at least talk to them and see where they're going and see if it's in your direction, and maybe you could help them.
So I really recommend everyone to hitchhike.
Yes.
Anyways, it's been a pretty good conversation. One of my better ones so far in life, maybe. So anyways, thanks for riding with me. It's been a joy.
Rap for him. Are you too hungry to rap?
That's okay. Dave. It's hard to perform on.
Dave, it's been a really long day and my stomach's on empty, you could tell by the way I was falling asleep pretty much in your backseat, but thank you for picking us up and bringing us here to eat. Yes, I am so very blessed and thankful that I met you today in all this mess, but there's a message in the mess. Sometimes the worst situation can turn out to be the best, so thank you again, thank you for everything, and thank you for being a good friend. Yeah, thank you for getting us to our destination, and I hope everything is beautiful. I hope you go on vacation real soon, find your bliss, and then check a thing off of your list to do, and I'm just so grateful for you. Have a great day. Hey, Dave.
Woohoo. Yeah.
That's a first. What a trip.
In every tribe, only a few would wonder what's beyond that hill. Who will go, fewer still, you know. And you'll find in every shape, in every kind, the reasons why now's just not the time to go. I say go, go, and let your sails unfurl. I say go, talk to strangers and see this beautiful world. Home free is where I long to be, with my pack upon my back, an open road in front of me. And mister, when you look, no, don't look down on me. I'm not homeless, no, I'm home free.
I'd say we raise enough money and put her on a bus.
Years ago, when I was sailing down the coast.
Don't make me drop my drawers. Don't make me drop my drawers. Don't make me drop my drawers.
But he never seen the water. Now his life was ending. This just broke his heart. He said, now go, 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 and let your sails unfurl. I said, go talk to strangers and see this beautiful